Welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall. I'm your host, Zaka, and today we are diving into something most people miss. The signals you send with your appearance matter, but the real leverage comes from your mind, the ideas, the frameworks, the strategies that outlast every first impression. Looking good is something that helps you, undeniably, but what you think and what you cultivate in private is what always lasts. Today, I'm joined by my guest, Simangaliso Sithole, to help me unpack this further. Simangaliso,
Brother,
welcome to the show.
I appreciate it very
Good to
much.
have you here, man.
Nice.
I have a question for you. Ine.
Shoot.
Why do you think people invest in looking confident before they actually think confidently?
Hmm. That's a good question.
Mhm.
I think in today's society, it's all about appearances, keeping up
Mm.
appearances, right? Keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
you understand?
Okay.
So
Okay.
we compare ourselves
Yeah.
against each other.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of who can outcompete who. And now it's all
Mm.
an appearance game, right? Because
Mm.
now
Mm. Mm.
you find people that look the part, but they're not credible. They haven't done anything to
Mm.
receive that credibility.
Mm.
But
Mm.
because they look the
Mm.
part, we pay attention to them. So that's the problem. And because there's a market for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 Because when you look at social media, that's where such people thrive, right?
Mm.
Um, I think we can. There's a term for it. We call them con artists, right?
Call artist.
Con
Oh,
artists.
corn. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they look good, they sound good,
Yeah.
but actually they're not the real deal.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a problem. It's today's society, the expectations, right? And another thing as well, it's it's easy to claim that you're a
Mm.
certain person.
It's easy to look the part.
It's easy to look the part,
It's easy to fake the competence.
brother. It's easy to put on a tuxedo and just
Oh,
walk into I don't know, a meeting
yeah, yeah,
and say
yeah, yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
sit there,
Yeah,
right?
but just look the part.
Just look the part. That's it.
But then in this context, looking
Okay.
the part is just dressing like someone that is successful, like someone that has made it because of, I think when you track back to, know, in the we're in the 21st century now. I think
Mm-hmm.
the century before this one was the 19th, it was the 19th, innit?
Yeah, 19 to be
19th.
sharp.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I think back then, it was easy for people to be able to tell which one is successful and which one is not, which one is the real part and which one is not.
Mm-hmm.
But in the modern world, it becomes easy for you to mask up, success and
Yes,
competence.
sir. Yes, sir.
Mm.
Social media.
Yeah, because of, like, everyone, has this polished exterior look.
Yes, sir.
But then I think there's always a mask inside of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the things that I find difficult to pinpoint is, why is it that these people, like, I isn't there something inside of them that tells them that, okay, it's okay to look the part, but then if you don't have what makes you credible to look the part,
Mm. Mm.
I keep on asking myself, like, why is it that some people are okay with, doing that? Do you have any idea of why that might be the case?
I can speculate, to be
Mm-hmm,
honest.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think I think it's complacency, right? There's a
Mm.
fine line between contentment and
Yeah,
complacency. When you're content, it's like you're appreciative of what you have
yeah.
in your present situation, but you're still looking forward to achieving something. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But you're just
Mm.
taking it a step at a time, day at a time. But when you're complacent, it's like as
Yeah.
in I've reached the pinnacle of the mountain, that's it.
Mm.
Hooray. So I think it's complacency where these people are receiving the benefits of people who've actually worked their tail off
Mm.
to
Mm.
get to that position.
To
But
get
now
to the
these
high
people are
echelons.
exactly so
Yeah.
now they're receiving the praise, the adoration, the attention, whereas they haven't done the work. So for them, they're complacent. It's like as in I've reached the
Yeah.
pinnacle and I
Yeah.
haven't even done the work. So why should I go back and grind?
But
You
then isn't
understand?
it understandable to a certain extent that these people would do that because of they get easily rewarded for not doing anything? Like, do you blame them? Okay, I don't even think that's a smart question of from me to ask. And looking at it, I think it's understandable why some people would do it because of it's out there, and when you do that, you can't get rewarded the same way that a person who has put in the work will be
Someone
rewarded
with the
in.
credentials basically
Definitely.
wants a,
Hmm.
yeah. So that's the case, bro.
Yeah.
That's the case. And social media is making it easier and easier.
And easier.
Exactly, bro. Because now you look at all these um, social media influencers, you look at the modern day philosophers, the modern day intellectuals, the
Yeah.
modern day therapists,
Yeah.
all these people, most of these people don't have the credentials, but
Yeah.
they speak like therapists. They philosophize and they
Mm.
intellectualize their conversations, all these things. But now you ask yourself, how or what's the source of the information? And most
Mm.
of the time, it's
Mm.
other people,
Mm.
it's hearsay.
It's other people.
Crenshaw,
Oh, in
it's
a
hearsay.
way, like they have not suffered enough to
Ah,
and the right in a way
young
to
Todd,
actually position themselves as people that are like that, whatever that might be.
basically.
Hmm. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Why is it that some people feel safe being unfinished?
Hmm.
Do you think that's a mask, a strategy, or there's something more to it?
Hmm. That's a good question.
Do you get the question?
I do get the
Yeah.
question, and it reminds me of a certain, I'm not sure if it's a poem or quote.
Hmm.
I'm going to butcher the
Yeah,
quote,
yeah, yeah,
but it's like, we fear not, it's like we don't fear failure,
yeah,
but we fear the potential we have to become. I'm not sure if you
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
poem or the quote.
Okay, okay. I think there was this real movie that I watched of
Oh,
Samuel
yeah.
L. Jackson. A
Okay.
kid was saying something along those lines. Ah, shucks.
Anyways,
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
just
yeah,
get
yeah,
to
yeah,
my
yeah.
point. Can you tell me
The
the
question
question
again:
again?
why is it that some people feel safe being unfinished?
Yeah. Mm,
Why is it that they feel safe being unfinished to the point where they can, you know, market themselves
mm,
as finished products,
mm-hmm,
even though they are not? But because of the safety that they feel in doing
mm-hmm,
that, they feel justified enough
mm-hmm.
to go on and
To put themselves
put
out
to
there.
put themselves out there as the finished product, even though they are not that.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand your question.
Hmm.
I think it's because we fear the unknown. For instance, we all have a potential
Yeah,
to be something greater than we are
yeah,
at the current
yeah,
moment,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? You know that maybe if you were to focus on school, for instance,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
That let's say you want to be a doctor, so you just gotta grind.
Yeah,
And after grinding for those years, 7, 6, 8
yeah.
years, it varies from person to person. And then you get your credentials, and then you become a doctor. And now people fear taking that route because they know the challenges that are implicit in that journey,
Hmm.
right? And so they fear that what if I apply myself and I fail? The fear of the unknown,
Mm, 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 mm,
right? So it's all these what ifs that
mm.
plague our minds,
Yeah.
and they prevent us from actually applying ourselves, from exerting ourselves. So that's why. So it's like, you know what? I'd rather be
Mm,
the person I am at this present moment than to actually try to accomplish something of
mm,
value and fail. So
mm.
that's why it's much safer.
And you actually putting yourself out there, doing something and failing is what actually gives you the credential. Whether you do
Crenshaw,
succeed or you don't succeed,
Crenshaw.
because of if you are in that, then you become more experienced, you become more informed about things that you were not informed about before,
Mm-hmm.
which then gives you the credential, which makes you, you know, think confidently instead of
Exactly.
looking confidently only.
Going back to your point,
Oh
yeah, that
wow.
it's crazy how it all ties
Yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because when you look at success,
Hmm.
failure is an important ingredient in a
Yeah,
recipe for
yeah.
success. So you can't be successful whereas you haven't failed.
You can't have one without the other.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
like Thomas Edison. The Thomas Edison, the one who invented the light bulb.
yeah.
I think he said he failed 100 or 1,000 times,
Mm.
something like that. That's insane. On today's standards, that's insane, bro.
Yeah.
Now you find people failing twice, thrice, 4 times at most, and they call it quits. They call it a day. Imagine after failing 4 or 5 times.
Mm.
You understand? And
That makes me think about myself.
okay.
There were times, obviously, the show recently, I started the show just recently.
Mm.
And, dude, some of the things that I do, I look at the people that are already up there and I
Mm-hmm.
compare myself with them. And, dude, my mind with its own stupidity, the
Mm-hmm.
stupidity of my own mind. It just convinces me to quit that you are not good
Hey
enough.
son,
You are not good enough.
hey son.
As we are talking, I'm
Uh-huh.
realizing the hypocrisy inside of me as well. That even though I'm asking you these questions, I'm okay in my mind because of I don't do that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I want the credentials of these people that have put in, many hours. They've had so many episodes with thousands of different guests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Damn, I just broke the fourth wall.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, expand on it.
Yeah. Yeah, like looking at Chris Williamson and Stephen Bartlett,
Mm.
like I look at these people where they are now and I compare the me where I am now and I compare me versus where they are now.
Mm. Mm.
And disregarding so many volumes that they have put in,
All the variables, all
all
the
the variables,
factors,
all
all
their
inside.
failures, all the
Mm-hmm.
lessons, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
disregarding them and I'm comparing myself with who they are now, which makes me realize something in a peculiar way that this happens to me, but then I just have not posted it yet. I just don't masquerade myself as someone that is looking confident before
Mm.
actually doing the things that will make you think confidently, going
Mm-hmm.
back to what we were saying earlier on.
Yes, sir. And I
Mm.
think we're all guilty of it,
Yeah,
right?
you
At
as
some
well.
point of our lives, yeah, at some point in our lives, we all aspired to
Mm.
be like certain people. And so even we have I'm not sure if it's I should call it a philosophy or mindset or yeah, but you have people telling you that I don't know whether you'll be the judge if it's something that you can apply or not,
Mm. Mm.
right? But you have people telling you that before you can, for instance, before you can be a businessman, you have to look like a businessman, you have to speak like a businessman, you have to carry yourself like a businessman. So by extensions, you are you are like posing, you're
Mm.
posing yourself as someone that you're not. You posing
Mm.
because
You're imitating
you're
them.
imitating them, but at the same time, it's for a good reason
Yeah.
because you're trying to cultivate a mindset that will
Mm.
put you in
Yeah.
that position eventually. But now the problem is, it becomes, as the term I'm looking for, it becomes illusion.
Mm.
If you're just imitating these people and you're not putting in the
The
work, the blood,
required effort to
exactly,
get to where they are now.
the blood, sweat, and tears. So now it's a delusion. It's an illusion.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
now delusional. But if you're putting in the work,
Hmm.
yeah, you understand, and you're putting in the blood, sweat, tears, I'm telling you, eventually it'll pay out. We don't know when, but eventually.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's something else.
Yeah.
Something else.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that was a good
Mm.
question.
Mm.
That was
Okay,
a
I
good
get it.
question. Mm-hmm.
Because of thinking about what I was saying before you gave me that analogy.
Mm-hmm.
That's I get to see that it's not actually bad that I am doing that. It only becomes bad if I stop putting in the work that will lead me to where I want to be.
Exactly. If you're just sitting on your hands and you're doing
Yeah, yeah,
nothing,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
all you're doing is just imitating these people, right?
Mm.
You're just stressing up, and you know,
Faking competence.
it's not gonna serve you. It's not gonna serve you. If anything, you're just wasting your time.
Hmm.
But you
Hmm.
should be taking that time and investing it towards doing the thing.
Yeah.
There's a poem. I don't know the name of the poem. I think the name of the poem is "Doing the Thing," right? And it goes something like, "Thinking about doing the thing is not doing the thing." You understand? Talking about doing the thing is not doing the thing.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe
Thinking about the adoration that
planning
you would
about doing the
get.
thing is not doing the thing. Doing the thing is actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
It's getting your hands dirty, putting on the overall, the work suit, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Getting down to the brass tacks,
Hmm. Hmm.
getting down to business. So that's doing the thing. So sometimes you find that you're spending the entire day
Hmm.
planning about doing the thing, you're creating a routine and all these things, but then you don't get down to actually doing the work. You haven't done the work. You haven't done the work. I know you're smiling because you're
Yeah,
guilty of it.
yeah,
So am
yeah,
I.
yeah,
And a lot of
yeah,
people can attest to that.
yeah.
So
Like you just put a mirror
you
on my
can show.
face.
Uh
Hmm.
huh.
Wow.
Something else. Something else, bro.
Doing okay, thinking about doing the thing is not doing the
It's not doing
thing.
the thing.
Doing the thing
It's
is the
doing the
thing.
thing, brother.
Hmm.
No answer.
That's yeah. Oh wow.
It's
Wow, dude. You just
smart.
put a mirror on my
No,
face.
it's it. It's it. Something else.
Hmm.
That's something else. So it's important how we use our time, basically. Right? You can't just waste your
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
anyhow. and expect to achieve something,
Mhm.
right? There has to be a balance in a way,
Yeah.
right? It's like a math equation. What you do on the left, you do on the right. You feel me? So if you're dreaming about big things, that's what you do on the left. So dreaming is not the be all and end all. Dreaming is just one half of the equation. The next half is getting down to the work,
Mhm.
getting down to business as a cat.
So both of them are, in a way, equally important
They are.
because of you can't have one without the other. But then,
Exactly, bro.
if the only thing that you do is you know,
You're
yeah, you're
brainstorming.
brainstorming, you're thinking about the adoration that you would receive once you have done the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it is important to a certain extent, but then if you don't apply, if you don't use that imagination to actually put the things that you are thinking about into to do them so that they can be brought into reality,
Yes, sir.
just wasting time in a way.
It's all in vain.
I think Alex Omosi calls that mental masturbation.
That's an interesting phrase. Interesting phrase. But I get the point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
One
yeah.
time. Yeah.
How do you protect your own mind's growth when no one is watching?
Hmm.
And why do other people possibly struggle with that?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question. I think uh, the definition of integrity
Yeah,
is I'm gonna butcher it as well.
yeah,
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 you
yeah,
have to
yeah,
bear
yeah,
with me.
yeah,
But it's like being consistent,
yeah,
right? In the public eye and behind closed doors. Be consistent. If let's say you're doing 10 push-ups in front of everyone, you can't be doing 2 push-ups when no one's looking. Be consistent
mm-hmm.
because it all goes back to you.
Mm.
You understand? So
Mm.
I think it's all about that. And
Mm.
so it's a matter of you understanding that. Because I think you can't really follow through with something that you don't understand. So if you understand that part of being consistent, right? And that part
Mm.
of doing things for yourself. So you're not doing it for other people, right?
Mhm,
You're not
mhm,
doing push up
mhm,
for other people because you get the gains. You get the muscles. We don't get the muscle. We just see what we see and we praise you, right?
mhm,
But
mhm,
then it's a matter of make sure that whatever you do, right, you do it with all your might, you do it with everything that you've got. Why go 50% in when you can go 100% in? Because it's all benefiting you. You
mm,
understand?
mm, mm,
So
mm,
it's
mm,
like, for
mm.
instance, back then in high school, our parents would be on our throat, telling us to study, study, study.
Yeah,
And we kept dodging,
yeah,
running away, doing this and that. But then again, in our minds, we thought, as in, we're just doing this for our parents so they can get off our
yeah,
backs.
yeah.
But then our parents knew that, yeah, this is your
Mm,
future. You're not doing this for me, you're doing this for you. So even if you're studying in front of my eyes and you know, when I turn
yeah,
my back,
yeah,
then you're
yeah, yeah,
playing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're the one who's going to suffer. It's not the
Yeah,
parent, it's
you are
you.
the one that is going to face the consequences.
Exactly.
And from what you were saying,
Oh, yeah.
because at first you mentioned something about integrity. I think because of the question was, how do you protect your own mind's growth when no one is watching? Oh, so your answer is you protect your own mind's growth by integrity,
Integrity, be
ensuring
consistent.
that the distance between who you are in front of people and who you are when no one is watching is so close. And if the distance is big, then there's some questions that one should ask themselves.
Hmm.
Hmm,
You hit the bullseye. You hit the
hmm,
bullseye. I think that was well phrased.
hmm.
Yeah. Salute. So that's how you protect your mind's growth, basically.
Wow. What do you think other people struggle with, doing that? Why do you, because from how you answered that question, it I'm convinced now that the real struggle is integrity.
Hmm.
What do you think many people struggle with integrity? Have you ever struggled with it before?
I have a bunch of times.
Bunch of times.
Yeah, and I'm yet to achieve integrity in all areas of my life.
Hmm.
Right? You know that there are some areas in your life where you're flourishing. You have everything. You're crossing your T's, dotting your I's. You're doing everything by the book. But
Hmm.
then in some areas of your life, you're slacking.
Mm.
You're procrastinating, dragging your feet. So I'm yet to achieve consistency in all areas of my life.
Yeah, in all aspects of it.
Exactly. So to answer your question, why do I think other people struggle with integrity? I think complacency might be it. You know, this thing of accepting. It's good to accept your situation, but don't allow your situation to define you.
Okay, it's good to accept your situation, but do not let it define you.
Yes, sir.
In what? Okay, I do get that theoretically, but then how would it be in practice?
In practice,
Yeah,
so
like,
let me give you
yeah, okay,
an
okay.
example, right? Um, Spoilmakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? And sometimes they can't see there's this mentality that as in Spoilmakers, it is what it is. You know, this is this is the be all and end all.
Mm-hmm.
Born and bred and died kasi. That's going to be your life story.
Yeah.
So people carry that mentality. You
Mm.
understand? Which is they're
Mm.
accepting the situation and they're allowing themselves to be defined by the situation. Maybe you find that in their family, no one's ever been to university, or in their family, no one's ever been a millionaire, or in their family, no one's ever achieved anything of great value. So
Mm.
they allow that to define them
Damn.
and they walk in those footsteps.
They form an identity out of the
Yes,
failures
sir. Of other
of other
people.
people around them.
That's how crazy it is.
But then, isn't it understandable to a certain extent that you would look around and then you would not see anyone who has achieved it? Therefore, because of I think there's this lovely quote that I once heard from this lady that you can't be what you can't see.
Mm.
And if someone ekasi is looking around and the only people that they see are people that have failed, are people that have not made it. Like they look around their families, they see that, oh, no one has ever been actually to university, and the influences around are the things that actually put one in a position where getting into university becomes difficult because of the vices, the influences, the hobbies that in a way are detrimental to one's potential, that they're not cultivated in a way that would lead someone to being disciplined,
Mm.
but rather to being the opposite of that, which is like you know focusing too much on the pleasures of life, and instead of saying no to gratification.
Mm.
And if you don't say no to gratification, then you're more likely to do things that are going to be detrimental to your current self and to your future self.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it understandable why some people living ekasi would come to that conclusion that dude.
Mm. No, it is understandable. But you see now that we have to be careful, right,
Mm-hmm.
with how we give empathy to people, how we show empathy to people.
Mm.
Because, for instance, um, let's say you're a parent and you have a child, and
Mm-hmm.
your child comes to you crying, in a mess, and they've got a wound,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're a child, and you're gonna feel pity for them, and they're gonna tell you, "With their I'm and time, there's this wound, it's sore, it's hurting me." But
Yeah.
then, right?
Yeah.
Because you understand that if you don't disinfect the wound,
Mm.
it's gonna get infected, and the process of disinfection is painful. You understand? So us empathizing with the people is proper. It's leading to the wound festering and getting an
An
infection.
infection.
You feel me? So it's a matter of we gotta rip off the bandage. And so ufake leyo Savlon, ufake leyo
Pick your poison.
Dettol, the
Mm.
grand sharp. And
Mm.
let's clean the wound.
Mm.
Let's clean the wound.
Okay, wow. Okay, I
Grand sharp.
love that.
No
Okay,
worries.
because of it makes me see things in a way that I did not see them before.
Oh yeah.
Fine. Okay. I think you're saying that metaphorically.
Yes,
We
sir.
clean the wound. How would that be implemented in an environment? How do people like actually put that into practice? I do get the analogy that you were telling me about putting on like disinfecting the wound
Mm-hmm.
before the wound will be before the wound will get infections because of one did not disinfect it after
Yes,
being
sir.
hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So um, I think the wound in this case would be the mentality,
Mm.
right? It's a matter of getting rid of that mentality. That just because you haven't seen anyone from your family or anyone in your neighborhood,
Mm.
you know, accomplish extraordinary things, doesn't mean that that applies to you as well. Doesn't mean that by definition you're also gonna fall in that category,
Mm-hmm.
right? So don't allow your environment to define you. If anything, you know, in Christianity, right, it's a thing of understanding that you've been created in God's image. You understand? So then you look at the characteristics of God. He's omnipotent, omniscient, all powerful, almighty, all knowing, all these things, right? So you have something of that.
Mm.
You have something of that. So it's all about understanding that. With time, man, God wouldn't just create me just for the sake, just so I can suffer. And also, there's a reason why you're here.
Mm.
So it's something that you got to think about. With them, man, why am I here? Why was I born in this family? Because you don't get to choose where you're born. That's another thing. You find people complaining with
Yeah, you don't get to choose. We don't get to pick and choose which families
we don't pick and choose,
we're born
brother.
into.
It's random. It's random. But there's a reason. You understand? So it's all about understanding that. Okay, maybe when I value you were meant to be that beacon of hope, that light in the darkness, for lack of a better phrase, but something like that. You were meant to be
the one that breaks
the
the
peak,
generational curses.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now if you don't hold yourself to that standard,
Mm-hmm.
then you're just gonna feel pity for yourself. You're gonna throw yourself a pity party, and you're gonna talk like everyone else. You're gonna look down on yourself. And the problem is that when you start looking down on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
people mirror that. When you feel pity for yourself, we feel pity for you. When you embrace yourself, we embrace you. When you love yourself, we love you.
Mm.
So it's all about that. People mirror how you treat yourself. You feel me? So it's all about fixing that mentality.
Fixing the mentality.
One time.
That's actually how you disinfect the wound.
Yes, sir.
Do you know who Ilya Tuporia is?
I don't.
Ilya Tuporia is a double champ in the UFC. In his recent fight, he knocked out Charles Oliveira to win the lightweight champion.
Is it?
To win the lightweight belt. And there's this quote from him that I love. He says, if someone has done it, then I can do it too. If no one has done it, then I will be the first.
Shut up. Oh, powerful.
Yeah, I'm reminded, but I get to think about that. As you're saying all of the things that you have mentioned, I'm like, Ilya Tuporia.
Yeah, sure. No, that's a powerful quote.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. And it's a good mentality to have. It's a strong mentality.
Yeah. But then, wow. But then it's also understandable because, but in the age of social media, not entirely.
Okay.
I mean, if you can't, okay, it's understandable that you would say, the where I grew up from my neighborhood, no one really made it. But then, like, when you get on social media, you do see the people that come from nothing and that are there.
Although we can understand, because there are people that live in the rural areas, where there's no network,
there's no access to those things.
nothing. So the only thing they're exposed to is that environment, that village. So maybe you find out in that village, maybe there's a chief there, and all their life they've been groomed to one day become the wife of that chief. To be married off into a rich family or whatnot. So, sometimes life is as it is. You just got to play the cards you dealt. Maybe pray for God's wisdom, ask for Him to guide you and stuff like that. Because some situations are bad. So as much as we can, cast judgment on other people for doing certain things, but then we also have to be lenient. Because the same judgment you put on other people, it's gonna go back to you. Exactly. You judge, they judge.
The book of Matthew, innit? Yes, if you don't forgive us, if you don't forgive others, I won't forgive you as well.
Yeah. Even the the speck in your brother's eye, where you have a log in your own eye. So it starts with you. You forget about the brother. Because sometimes you find that we talk about looking for a palatable word. We talk about the prostitute, for lack of a better word. And then we judge you with as in, Why is she there at the corner selling her body? One, two, three, washaka team. But it's like focus on the log on your own eye.
Yeah.
When are you now down for it? You can shop. And so now now you have your own mistakes, your own flaws.
Your own
Just because
shortcomings.
yours are
Yeah.
not as visible as hers doesn't make you better.
Mhm.
So into ezinjalo mfethu ukuthi nakwamele sibe nevava nje as people. Just beg now self-introspection, self-reflection, whatever it is. And then you're able to pinpoint what they say. Yeah, and I'm really in your flopper, in your flopper. Let me just fix me. And then I can help the other person instead of young so pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
And taking advantage, okay, looking at someone in that position and upholding yourself to a place of moral superiority.
You feel me? Taking the moral high ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun. Now you
yeah.
like the Pharisees.
Oof.
Kumbula feel them
Mm,
Pharisees. In the public's eye, we should see
yeah.
good people. But manje behind closed doors, inside of their heart, inside of their minds, hey son.
This draws me back to what we're talking about, integrity.
Yes, sir.
There is a huge distance between there is a huge distance between who you are in front of many other people and who you are when no one is watching.
Yeah,
Then there's something wrong about you. Not something wrong about you, but then you have low integrity. Hmm. And man, like you drew it back to the Bible about the Pharisees.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy. It's crazy how
I think
much the Bible is
yeah,
applicable
yeah,
to today's
dude.
times.
I mean, I think it's even in the book of Matthews, right? I think it was Jesus,
Oh yeah.
you know, speaking about the Pharisees that they are clean on the outside but dirty on the inside.
Young so.
There are cups that are, well cleaned on the outside, but then they're full of dust inside. Wow.
Yeah.
And this draws me back to something, because of let's apply that to human beings. You might be polished and looking all luxurious on the outside, due to your fashion sense, your fashion style and so forth. But then there's always something that pays you in the long run, which is your mind, because your mind is an appreciating asset, but your looks are a depreciating asset. But then like drawing back to what you were saying about the Pharisees, they are clean on the outside, but then they are dirty on the inside. In the modern culture, within the age of social media, it's so easy for people to present themselves as these people that are competent, as these people that are that have it all figured out together. But then like the question that I was asking you earlier on about some people, they look confident, but then they don't think confident as they look.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Wow, the Pharisees.
Too much. Too
Wow.
much.
Is there anyone that you know whose thinking has lasted longer than their image?
Now I've got to wreck my brains now. Let me think. Whose thinking has lasted longer than the image.
Yeah.
Can you expand on that? Just unpack it for me, just a bit.
Like, is there anyone that you know, whoever it might be? Oh, I'm actually reminded of someone. Do you know who Alex Omozi is?
Yes, Mr.
Well, Alex Omozi is the founder of Acquisition.com and other businesses. He has never been defined by his style. Mostly he dresses in simple vests or t-shirts and shorts with bendy shoes that cover his feet, often with a cap. This was true before he became a multimillionaire, and it's even true now. What defines him is not what he wears, it's the ideas, the frameworks, and the strategies that he develops that move the needle. The world sees the results of his thinking long before the style even registers what he is about. Confidence built on appearance fades with the spotlight, but then confidence built on thinking compounds over time.
No, that's a good statement. That's a good statement. It's a
And
loaded statement.
yeah, and like when you like look at people like Alex Omozi, dude, like he cares little to nothing about how he looks.
Okay.
I think it's also because of like he knows that his confidence does not come in how he appears, but then it comes from something internal.
Yes, sir.
It comes from the work that he knows that he has put in being the guy that he is.
Mm.
In a way, he has earned the right to not look the part because of he is the part.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because of he knows, he understands something about the mind
Mm.
that, if it's not in the mind, then why do you even need to put it out there? Because of like, it's not something, it's not integrated.
Yes, sir. So, don't you think,
Mm,
by extensions,
yeah,
his image
yeah,
has become an extension of who he is? For
mm,
instance, it's rare to see homos in formal wear,
yeah, yeah, it is.
in a suit or a tie.
Yeah,
But now he maintains this consistent look. So don't you
yeah.
think it's a brand of some sort?
Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think to a certain extent, one might say that it is a brand, but then he started rep, okay, like now, because of like now he mostly wears, acquisition.com
Yes, sir.
t-shirts. But then before he had acquisition.com, before he was the founder of acquisition.com, he was wearing plain t-shirts
Mm.
with shorts or jeans,
Okay.
like, and okay, I'm not really sure about sneakers, but then I think I heard him say that, how he dresses now has not changed
Mm.
before, because of he used to be like this, because of he has had people telling him to look the part, to pull up in suits, because of he's a millionaire, he's a
Okay.
businessman. And he said, no, this used to work for me before I became a multi-millionaire, before I had the businesses being successful, before I had the gyms being a success.
Mm.
So I don't think it is a brand. Okay, it is now a brand, but then he was this before.
Okay.
So
So
yeah.
I've heard of a concept.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't remember the concept per se, but I'm going to explain it.
Yeah.
It's like, you see how Mark Zuckerberg dresses sometimes. It's like plain,
Mm,
something
mm,
plain.
mm.
But then you look at the price tag of that plain
Yeah.
T-shirt or the, yeah,
Well, okay, like okay. Honestly,
yeah.
I think of them as like, simple t-shirts because of their plain.
But now when you look at the price tag,
Yeah.
it costs an arm and a leg. Yeah, yeah, it's worth a lot. So I
Ah,
think,
really?
yeah,
Wow,
and I've
dude.
seen
But then just plain t-shirt
plain
costs a lot.
T-shirt because now it's a thing of,
How?
when you look at the masses, right, the people,
Mm-hmm,
right, the people, yeah,
mm-hmm.
they're drawn to the designer brands,
Yeah.
right? So now, in order for these billionaires, quote unquote,
Mm-hmm.
to differentiate themselves from the masses, you can't be dressing like the masses when you're a billionaire, when you have a
Yeah.
company or whatnot.
Yeah.
Not that you can't, but I'm just saying.
You can, but
So
then they choose not to
they
because
choose
of
not to.
there has to be a difference they have to
Something like
show.
that, something to
Yeah,
distinguish.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it's not
yeah.
all of them. Some of them want to be, stanchious. They want to look the parts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everyone has to see that I'm a billionaire. But others, wait, your friend just keep on and just sit playing.
Yeah.
Cost them 12K. Yeah, so on. I'm telling you, Nazanyana and Jelly playing cost them 15, 20K. And maybe I'm a Crocs, your Crocs. Wearing your Crocs, they cost them 20K.
What?
I'm telling you, that's how crazy it is. So it's like they are,
Wow.
yeah, they don't want to stand out,
Mm-hmm,
but at the
mm-hmm.
same time, they want to feel comfortable.
Mm.
You understand? Because they don't just buy clothes just. You buy clothes because,
They don't buy clothes for the mere sake of buying clothes.
exactly, there's a reason. They want to feel comfortable and they want to feel as if they're blending in.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
really blending in because the cost for it. Mina ngafaka Gucci, not even a Gucci maybe. My red bet nyana fed because part of the masses.
Yeah.
Red bet nyana
Yeah.
2 what at
Yeah.
most.
Mm-hmm.
For them it's a plain nyana t-shirt 10 times the price. So
Wow.
you understand.
Dude, I honestly thought that, the t-shirts that Mark Zuckerberg honestly
Yeah.
wears, I didn't think they costed more than 1K.
It's crazy,
Honestly.
bro. Damn sure.
More than
It's
1K.
insane. But then it's like two ends of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
So on the opposite end of the spectrum are people, billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Ngizokutshela ukuthi mina vele my preferred shop for my pep. Ngena lapha iPep isidwadlanyana.
Yeah.
So it differs from person to person. Other people, I'm not sure if I should use the word stingy.
Yeah.
Because for me it doesn't make sense
It
for
doesn't-
billionaires to
yeah.
be shopping at Pep. Oh, stingy. Oh, stingy. Because
Ah,
how can you reconcile the two? Yeah, come on, Joe. Pep is for Pep is for the people, for the people. I'm enjoy the boys.
yeah,
Enjoy.
stage.
But what's another explanation besides stinginess?
Well, but it does make sense. It does make sense in a way,
Potential.
because of you have the money to buy
But you have
wherever
the
you want.
means.
But then why do you choose to buy where,
Pep,
at a store that is mostly designed for people that do not have a lot of money.
of
So
course.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, obvious. We have nothing against Pep. Pep
Mm,
is
mm,
it's a good store, but this year I should finish for certain people.
yeah,
So
yeah. Just like where
potential.
I used to work. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When people chase visibility over depth, who do you think actually benefits and why?
I'd say it's the
In a way that looks are useful only when they amplify thinking. Otherwise, they risk overshadowing the real and lasting leverage,
mm,
which is, the quality of your mind.
mm, mm. That's a loaded statement. But let me start with your
Yeah.
question, right?
No, I was just giving you more context.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I think it benefits the social media. You know, social media, right? It's a business at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day. The
Mm-hmm.
algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
right? It gets more eyeballs because the more visually appealing something is, the more eyeballs are attracted to it, right? As opposed to depth. Well, there are people that are interested in rich conversations,
Mm,
just like what
mm,
you're doing, your
mm,
podcast.
mm,
There are people who are interested in those type of topics that
mm-hmm.
you discuss. Then there are people who just want to gratify their senses. They just want to see, so on.
Okay, they want to gratify their senses. They just want to see. Okay, I don't fully get that in a way.
For instance, there are people who just doom scroll.
Yeah, yeah.
So on. Doom scrolling is just to
Hmm.
gratify your senses.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not because now you want to enrich your
yeah, yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just doom scrolling. So if it's not
Just
visually
passing
appealing,
time.
so if it doesn't catch the eye or catch your ear, you pass.
Hmm.
So on. So in doing job, I would say, because I wouldn't say it benefits the audience,
Yeah, yeah,
because it
yeah,
damages the audience. When you doom scrolling, it messes
yeah,
up with your mind, fries your brain, stuff like that. All
yeah,
these negative
yeah, yeah,
consequences.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So yes, coward,
Mm-hmm.
but it benefits social
It
media.
benefits social media. It
Yeah, the
benefits the
powers that be.
creators.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so like in a way, I think by that, ne, because when I'm asking you, when people chase visibility over depth,
Yes, sir.
I mean in a way that people that over invest more, people that invest more in how they look
Mm.
and invest little in how they think.
Yes, sir.
Because of, in a way, okay, fine, you might look a certain way, but then there's gonna come a time when your looks will be irrelevant, but then how you think will be relevant more than how you used to look.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, in the early stages, I think there's levels of attraction. There's
Yes,
the
sir.
physical, the thing that you see is what attracts you, but then you have to engage, like you have to have a conversation with that person. Then you can get to tell that I am also mentally attracted to them, right? So, which is the concept that I was giving you earlier on about looks are useful, but they mostly are useful when they amplify thinking.
Mm.
Because if you do look good, but then there's nothing up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, I'm not saying that looking good is not important. It's undeniably important because of it will put you in rooms that you never thought you would be in before. It would make people perceive you in a you know it will make people put you in the higher echelons of society. So looks are undeniably important. But
Yes, sir.
then if people chase looking good without thinking deeply, without having a strong mind, do you
Yes, sir.
think it's beneficial to them?
That it depends. It depends. For instance,
Mm-hmm.
now we have beautiful people. You know, when I say
Beautiful.
beautiful
Yeah. Okay.
people, let's say, I mean, like people that are physically attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like anyone can say with the eyes in Madame Vela, it's obvious that she's
It's
beautiful.
obvious.
So
Yeah,
with people
yeah.
like that, you know, so who are benefiting in this day and age because of how they look,
Mm.
and
Mm.
most of these people are making north of six figures. You know, so they're making as much money as entrepreneurs. So then, but
Just off of how they
just
look.
because she looks good, you know, so she
Mm.
can make from a 50K, 60, 100K. You know, so now corner then it's not just sometimes it's just because she looks good. Sometimes she has to do something extra. You know,
Mm.
so in these websites that we won't talk about,
Yeah.
but stuff like that. You know, so would see. So
Yeah.
looking good to some extent does give you an opportunity for you to benefit financially. Yeah, so for some
Mm.
people that are interested in taking that path. But in the long run, I don't think it's beneficial. I think it does more harm than good.
Oh,
Yeah, so
what do you mean?
because
Like it will catch up with you? It
I
does.
think
Okay, because if you're saying that in the long run, it does
Grandchild,
more harm than good.
sure.
Meaning that at first it does good, but then in the long run, it does more harm than the good that it
Yes,
did. In what kind of way?
good question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we were to peel back the layers, right? Let's say
Mm.
maybe not discriminating against
Yeah.
anyone, but you say maybe take people in the sex industry, sex workers, stuff like that, right? You keep on putting your body on the line because that's how they make their bread. That's how they make their money by putting their body on the line.
Yeah.
And eventually, your body gives up. It tires. It
Yeah.
weakens.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
And sometimes you find that maybe you have a disease of some sort. ST something something. You know what? Stuff like that. So then it's like, hey, son, it was good while it lasted.
Mm.
You know
But
what?
the repercussions of that are not so good,
Exactly.
and that
But it's not
detriment
just
them.
limited to that.
Yeah, it's not limited
You
to
know
that.
what?
There's more. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even maybe people in the military. You know, so obviously you don't sign up in the for the military because you look good or whatnot. No, it's because really
Mm.
some might say it's because you have a death wish. Some might say it's because you're patriotic. You know, so you love your country. But at the end of the day, you get enlisted, you called up for a war in Afghanistan, what's what, and then you come back, you're all patched up, scratches, you might have even lost a leg or an eye.
Mm.
So it's like, hey, son,
Mm.
hey, son,
Mm.
you feel me? So it's stuff like
Mm.
that. And with him, all these things, it all comes back to you first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take care of yourself, good for you. If you don't,
Mm.
it is what it is.
But wow,
Sure.
wow. So it should be everyone's responsibility to ensure that even though they are looking good, even though they are beautifying themselves even more continuously, they should also be doing the same for their mind. They should be enriching their mind.
Yes, sir.
Since, you know, there's gonna come a time when, your body will wear off. Your body won't be able to do the things that it used to do. But you still have to offer value to other people. Like you still have to give something to people.
Mm-hmm.
And in that instance, the only thing that you can give is your knowledge and your wisdom. You can transfer it to other people. But if you have not been investing in your mind like you have been investing in how you look,
Mm.
oh, you're doing some injustice to yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, for other people, I think it also depends on the person as well.
Mm,
Other people are just complacent with the situation. It is what it is.
yeah,
You know, so
factual.
they don't aspire to be anything. They don't desire to do anything. They just living, floating
Mm,
throughout life. You know, and then there are those people who want to make a difference, who want to make an impact, like yourself. You know, so you wouldn't have started this podcast, I'm assuming, if you didn't want to achieve something, if you didn't want to make a difference,
mm,
stuff like that.
mm,
You know, so it differs from person to person. Some people see knowledge as that um, that golden what you call the object.
yeah,
That's the
plateau in a
object.
way.
That's the be all and
No.
end all. You know, if I can acquire knowledge, then I can make a difference. Some people see knowledge as
Mm.
knowledge, just information,
Just information.
useless data,
Oh,
stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all
People
about
don't
what.
see it the same way.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're different people.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
wire
yeah.
differently.
Which
We want
also
different
contribute to some
things.
people not investing enough in their minds,
Yes, sir.
which also leads to other people not being aware that their mind is an appreciating asset and
Yes, sir.
their looks are an appreciating asset.
Yes, sir.
The mind will compound over time, but then the looks and the attention will fade.
Hmm,
Hmm.
that's crazy. But then to expand on that,
Hmm.
if we look at, if we focus on the looks,
Yeah.
in today's day and age, today's society, people have created, invented ways, different ways
Hmm.
of preserving their looks or even enhancing their looks. Yeah, and so on. Nowadays, excuse me, nowadays we have makeups, we have plastic surgery,
Hmm.
we have all these things, weaves and whatnot. So now people have the
Yeah.
liberty
I'm having this
to
expression.
enhance
Yeah.
their looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so on.
Yo. Yeah.
Back in the days,
Mm.
back in the days, it was easy to distinguish between a beautiful lady and a not so beautiful lady. Nowadays, they all look the same. They all look the same. They're all beautiful. Yeah, and so on. So that's crazy.
Mm.
That's crazy. They all look
Mm.
beautiful because now there are all these beauty
They are
enhancers.
cheating us now.
Ah, I'm for
They're
it.
cheating
Yeah,
us.
so there has to be a balance, Joe.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
Wow. Beautiful realization.
and so on. So in a way, these people are finding a way to immortalize their beauty. Yeah, and so on. So gone are the days where beauty was seen as a depreciating asset. Now it appreciates. They're appreciating asset because they're enhancing their beauty. You find someone who's 70 years, looks like a
Wow.
16-year-old,
Yeah.
a young son. And we can't blame them for that because, I mean, no one wants to look
Yeah.
a young son and manji in a certain way. We all want to look beautiful.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
one wants to look
Like
unattractive.
grand sharp, look for it. Even yourself, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
even me as well. Everyone, no one wants to look unattractive.
You're putting me on the spot.
We're all
Wow.
guilty. We're all
Yeah.
guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Hmm.
Nah,
Okay, I'm so glad that you touched on that. That some people want to look 16 even though they are old.
Yes, sir.
Which is understandable. Like some people want to continue looking good.
Mm-hmm.
But then, what do you think will stay with you when the spotlight fades and the attention disappears?
Your conscience, your reputation.
Mm-mm.
I don't even think it's widely known that your reputation precedes you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the likes of Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Some of, I won't say some of us because I was born, but some of the new generation, the new ones, they've never seen or heard of. Okay, they've never seen Nelson Mandela, but they've heard about it.
They've heard about it.
Why? Because of his reputation.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
others don't even describe him. Others will tell you that he was in India. Nelson Mandela in India, maybe. Even an alternate universe, somewhere. Sure.
Yeah.
Others will tell you he's white.
Yeah.
But now they know
they know him. They hear about him because of his reputation.
Exactly.
Oh, and that stayed. Why did it stay? Because of I don't know him. I've never seen him.
Okay.
But he's a guy, and I've seen some pictures of him. God, people, please don't come at me. But I wouldn't say he was an attractive guy. Maybe when we look at attractive by the standards of the modern society, an attractive guy, when you look at some of his pictures and the modern guys in the modern world, we're like, he was okay.
I'd say in his prime.
Okay. Oh, in his prime, back in those days,
because he was a boxer at the same time.
Oh yeah,
so at least I know some of the ladies were drooling over it.
Mm-hmm.
But then obviously as he grew old, but then he also looked good for his age.
Yeah, he did.
There's a lot of theories around Nelson Mandela. Some say there wasn't the original Mandela or whatnot.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I can't speak much on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, young son. So people like that are remembered because of the reputation, what they've done. Mahatma Gandhi, we only see him in pictures, but now stuff like that.
It's because of the impact that they've had on people. And that impact all started from the mind, not because of how they look. Because looking at Mahatma Gandhi, I have tremendous respect for the man.
Yeah, salute.
Absolute legend. But then, when we look at how people present themselves in the modern world, many people would not say yes to dressing like how he did, you know. But
Yeah.
then, even though that
Uh-huh.
may be, even though he didn't dress like how many other people did back then, but then the influence, the impact that he has had on other people.
Yes, sir.
Went back to Alex Amos, he does not look, does not wear all of this luxurious clothes, the
Yes, sir.
suits. He just wears shorts, t-shirts, vests, sometimes okay, no longer Crocs, but then he used to wear Crocs at some point. Independently of how he is seen, of his external appearance, the things that he says, the ideas, the advices in businesses,
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that actually put money in the account.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm.
Yes, sir. That's a good observation. Yes, sir.
Wow. So what stays with you when the spotlight fades and the attention disappears? You mentioned that it's your conscience and it's your reputation.
Yes, sir.
And you you can build a reputation based off how you look,
Yeah, you can. You
but
can.
then does it stick and does it stay relevant as long as the reputation that you build with the quality of your mind,
Hmm.
with the advices that you share with other people, with some of the things that you make people aware about, that you with okay drawing back to Alex Amos, he does not look all he does not look that he does not look like the prototypical millionaire. But even though that may be, the advices, they stay with you for long. Some of the things that he tells you, whether you are in business or you are not in business, they are relevant to you. So the reputation of people that build their reputation based off how they look, do you think they have that much impact on people,
Hmm.
like the people that do not build their reputation with their appearance only?
I think they appeal to a certain demographic,
Mm.
you know. So there are
Mm.
certain people that are into certain things and
Mm.
therefore into certain
Mm.
people,
Mm.
you know. If maybe I'm a fashionist, I might be into, I'm trying to think of someone who was like, popular and who dresses classy.
You can't. Okay, okay.
Trying to think of someone, but yeah, they
It's
might
taking
be.
you long. Why?
I don't know. I'm not really into those
Why?
people.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
really
yeah,
follow those people.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, but yeah, so people who like fashion, they might be impacted by someone who dresses elegantly, someone who's a sense of style.
That's the scumbo. Yeah. Hmm.
People like that. And then people maybe who are into philosophy might be impacted by the likes of Socrates, Machiavelli,
Mm.
you name them.
Mm.
People who are into sports might be impacted by the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. Those are the household names.
Mm.
So I think everything
But
has a
then they are
real.
impacted by them. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay,
Mhm.
okay. Sorry.
So yeah, I think everything has a purpose,
Mm.
right? So some things appeal to to certain people, and
Yeah.
other things appeal to certain people as well.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm. Makes sense.
yeah, once
Makes sense. Makes sense.
uh-huh.
But even though that maybe, I
Okay,
still, okay, maybe this is a biased opinion,
no,
which is
okay,
honestly,
yeah, I'll spit it out.
but then looking at it, it seems to me that people like Alex Homozy, Jordan B. Peterson, Justin Andrew Tate, even though he might be biased in a way, but then because of the quality of his mind, because of the things that he shares with other people,
Mm-hmm.
the realizations that he walks people into, how he changes the perspectives of the masses. Those people become more influential over time, even though he also died because of even though Andrew Tate might dress the way that he dressed. Okay, he dresses fairly respectable. I had take nothing from that, but then you don't think about Andrew Tate because of how he dresses. You think about him because of the things that he says.
Okay,
you know
okay, that's a good point.
mhm.
That's a
You
good
don't
point.
think when you think about Alex Amos, you don't actually think about him because you
His
don't
dress
think about
code.
how he dresses. You
True,
think about,
true.
like, when you click on him, when you
Mm,
if maybe there's some advice that you want about business, you're gonna think about Alex Amos, not because of how he dresses, but because
yeah.
of the things that that he will tell you coming where
Uh,
from his mind. And then when you think of someone that's into fashion, they're not particularly the same people that you would go to when you need some life advice.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Which also, draws me back to your mind is an appreciating asset, but
Yes,
your
sir.
looks are a depreciating asset.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But then again, if we were to peel back the layers
Yeah,
on that
yeah, yeah.
statement, it's a good statement,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then you also understand what an asset is. An asset, by definition, depreciates,
Depreciate.
right? Because all assets depreciate
Yeah,
over time. It can
yeah.
be physical, tangible, or intangible, right? But
Mm.
eventually, it's subject to wear and tear. So even the
Yeah,
mind as well, right? It serves us tremendously. But then let's say you get to the age of 80, 90,
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
starts,
yeah, 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 yeah.
operating
You start to,
slowly.
have illnesses,
Exactly. Now
Alzheimer's.
you get
Yeah, yeah,
confused. Now
yeah, yeah.
you
You
forget
forget
things, you
things.
slip up,
Hmm,
you do.
hmm, hmm.
So over time, it gradually depreciates.
But then it takes
It does
longer.
take long.
And before it starts to, plummet or depreciate, think about the lessons and the wisdom that you would have
Yes,
transferred to other
sir.
people
Yes,
before
sir.
that actually happens.
Uh huh.
So, hmm,
Yes, sir.
final question.
Okay.
Hmm. Was there a time in your life when you realized that you were focusing too much on your appearance?
Yeah. That's a good question.
What changed for you when you realized that you were?
Focusing too much on my appearance. Well, yeah, there was a time.
Hmm.
I think in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, in high school, and I realized that people perceive you differently when
Mm,
you look a certain way.
mm,
And so
mm.
the more man willing and take Philip up,
Yeah.
people don't pay that
Yeah.
much
People don't pay
attention
much
to. Yeah.
attention to you.
But when you start showing up in a neat, elegant, classy way,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and so
Polished, looking all polished.
polished, do
Yeah.
you feel me? Then people look at you a different way.
People start to perceive in a different
Then
way.
people warm up to you. Yeah, so yeah,
People warm up to
they do
you.
warm up to you. Yeah, so now but it's easy to ask a favor because you look a certain way. Yeah,
Mm.
so it's easy to
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's a certain lady that you like. It's easy
Mm-hmm.
to go up to her and
Yeah, yeah,
flag your CV up,
yeah.
stuff
Okay,
like
like you
that.
said, like people warm up to you. I'm sorry for
Okay,
uh
for cutting
injecting.
it. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you said, that people warm up to you. It's easy for people to help you. So, do you think people help you because they genuinely want to help you, or they
Mm,
help you because of they think to themselves that because of how you are dressed, there might be something that they might also gain.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Mm.
think most of the times, not always, and
Yeah,
it's not everyone,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
most
yeah.
of the time, the most people do things for a reason. You
Hmm.
know, I'm not. It's rare for it to
Yeah.
find people that will just, for instance, why would
Yeah.
someone donate to a millionaire? It doesn't make sense. He doesn't need
Mm.
the money.
He does. Yeah, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't. He's a
He does.
millionaire,
Yeah, he doesn't.
but you still
He
find
doesn't.
people donating to this millionaire. You're trying to get his attention. Why?
Hmm.
It's a trade-off. It's a transaction. I'm giving you this so you can tit for tat, like
Yeah.
for like. You know what I'm saying? Give you the money. Maybe you give me your attention. You give me your what. It's a trade-off
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So
Transaction. Hmm.
back to your question, right? People, it's a thing of appearances. It goes back to the point we made earlier
Hmm.
on about appearances. People perceive you differently
Yeah.
when you look a certain way. So if I pull up maybe a church with a suit and a tie,
Hmm.
more often than not, they're gonna put me in the front row.
Yo.
They're on top just because of how I'm dressed. But if I pull up in a short nyana, slippers, maybe a vest, forget about the front row. Forget about the front row. You go into the back. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's like I'm not sure if
Hmm.
it's a survival mechanism,
Hmm.
because it's a thing of helping the people that you think or that you assume will help you back, or people that are in a position to help you. Because then
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
even in the
Hmm.
future,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can call on these people.
Hmm.
I can remind them of a favor I did for them.
Mm.
But if I help Brajon like, in the streets,
Yeah,
I say,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
Brajon is not going to help me
Mm.
back because he's not in that position.
Mm.
So now then it goes back to doing things from the bottom of your
From the,
heart.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Helping people because you genuinely want to help them. Not because
Jesus
money is
Christ
a
is Lord.
transaction.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Mm.
So into Zinjalo.
So do you think there's wisdom in that, in people helping other people because of they know that they will also benefit from them helping them?
There is.
There
There
is
is a lot
wisdom
of
in
wisdom.
that.
I think, life is not black and white.
Mm.
You understand? That we shouldn't be naive as people.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
have to understand what life is
Mm-hmm.
like a chess game.
Yeah.
So when you meet up with people, right? We don't know the intentions,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll give them the benefits of the doubt.
Yeah.
Because you can't automatically think negatively about everyone you
Yeah.
meet, right? You just have to give them benefits of the doubt and let them show you who they are.
Mm.
Eventually, they will show you the true colors. Okay,
Eventually, yeah.
eventually. So it's only a matter of time. So it's a thing of understanding that life is a chess game. It's all about strategizing. So if maybe I meet up with someone and then I help them, I know with that as in I'm helping this person because maybe, I might need something from them in the future. And it's not a bad thing per se. But then again, it's not a bad thing. I've lost
Mm-hmm.
my train of thoughts,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Shay question,
Yeah.
I'll go forward.
Okay, no, I do follow. I do follow. And like as you were talking, there was this question. Okay, I was listening to you, but then like this question just popped up in my mind. Okay, like fine, I do get that. You said I asked you a question if like, do you think there's wisdom in helping other people that you know that they will potentially help you back? And you said
Mm,
yes, and you supported your answer.
yes, sir.
But then, do you think there is no wisdom in helping other people, in helping people that definitely won't be able to help you back?
I think, I don't think there's no wisdom to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a matter of um, doing good,
Mm-hmm.
doing something because you genuinely want to do it, not because you want to receive anything in return. I think we need more people like that. Those people bring a change. Those people are the pillars of society. Those people are the beacons of hope. These are the people that inspire us to do good as well. Sometimes you look at nale time nale man social media. BI Pagat. Sometimes you look at those videos. As much as
Mm-hmm.
um, as much as it's it's frowned upon to help people and showcase that on
Showcase
social
that. Yeah,
media.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's
But then
largely
I think
frowned
there is an
upon.
intention behind that. He's doing
There
that
you
because of he
go.
wants to inspire other people that you
Precisely
can
my
also
point.
help. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that. That at least when you see people like that, it's like, gosh, as in, let me help Prajon. Let me help Prasigs or whoever. Let
Mm-hmm.
me do my share. And so on. Because sometimes in which you're in a position to help someone else, why not help?
There's this question, but then I think it's gonna take me long because of it is as you were talking, you know, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm becoming more open to things that I was not aware of before. Yeah, fine. I firstly asked you a question about do you think there's wisdom in helping people that will help you back as well? You said yes, and then I followed that question after your answer and your supported statement. Now, do you think there's wisdom or there's no wisdom in helping people that might not help you back? You said you don't think there is no wisdom. Okay, you said you don't think there is no wisdom in that, but
Yes,
then
sir.
like we need more people like that who do things from the bottom of their heart. Well, then fine. I think. Do you think it's fair in a way to conclude that people, because of okay, drawing back to what you were saying, Brad, you touched on something about how there was a time in your life when when you started putting more effort in how you appear because of you started noticing that when you before you were putting in effort in that people were treating you in a certain way, were perceiving you in a certain way, but then after you started putting in effort on that, people started being warmer towards you. They started offering you a helping hand more than before. So that in a way convinces me that people, when someone helps someone that's looking good, they don't do that from the bottom of their heart. They're doing that because of they want to benefit something also in return. And it also seems to me after your answer about people that help people with expecting nothing in return, that those are the good men in a way. They're doing something, having no expectations, but then it almost feels like a moral obligation to them.
Mm,
So, do you think society thrives more under men that plant trees under whose shade they do not plan to sit under?
mm. Can you repeat that question?
Do you think, okay, do you want me to also go back to the things that I was saying, or
No,
just the
just this
different one?
question. Yeah.
Do you think the society thrives under men who plant trees under whose shade they do not plant? Do you think the society thrives when men, women, and men plant trees under whose shade they do not plan to sit under?
Mm,
Before you answer,
okay.
I would also like to add this context because looking back at the likes of Mahatma Gandhi,
Mm-hmm.
Nelson Mandela, Alex Omozi, okay, there's people benefited what that, okay, Alex Omozi, he's still alive now, but then Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, what they did, they did not, okay, they did that because of, we still talk about them now, but then many people benefited from what they did even to this day.
Yes, sir.
It appears to me that the same will happen with Alex Omozi, that people will always, listen to his advice and then they will find that useful for long, for future generations to come, possibly. And so, if those people that, invested more in their minds more than their looks, people still benefit from them even to this day.
Okay.
But the people that, put too much emphasis on how they look, many people don't benefit from them even to this day.
Mm.
Do you still think, okay, but you did not say that, but then like you mentioned something about, your mind up depreciating also over time. Do you now get to see the point that I was trying to make, that
Yeah, I do.
your mind
I do.
indeed is an appreciating
It is.
asset, but then your skills are a depreciating one?
Mm.
Now back to the question. Do you
Okay.
think that the society definitely thrives under men who plant trees under whose shade they do not plan to sit under? Wow,
Mm.
that was so long.
Yeah,
That
it's a
was so
mouthful.
long.
You said a
It was a
mouthful.
mouthful. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
sure
yeah, yeah,
was.
yeah. But do
But
you follow? You're not.
yeah, I do follow. And
Yeah.
to answer your question, I think sure. I think society does benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, because these are people that are forward thinking. You know, they're
Mm.
not just thinking about
Mm.
they're not just thinking about satisfying their belly or their immediate
Mm.
family, then that's it. But they're looking, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now. And they're thinking, how can they better, impact society?
Mm. Mm.
How can they
Mm.
play
Mm.
their part in making sure that
Mm.
humanity thrives? You know, so
Even in the absence. Mm-hmm.
exactly. So I think we need those people, although it takes a lot to
Mm.
become that person. Because if I heard you correctly, that person that plants the tree that you're talking about, the proverbial person, won't be sitting under the shade of that tree.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a lot to deny yourself that instant gratification and just focus on
Yeah.
grinding and doing the work and for other
Yeah.
people, for
Yeah.
future generations
Yeah.
to benefit. I think that's a lot, and it says a lot. It speaks volumes about their character, right?
Mm-hmm.
About who they are, born as people, and
Mm.
about their role here in the universe and on Earth. So maybe these are people that are purpose driven, people that are passion driven, people yang son.
People that are driven by meaning.
Yes,
People that are driven by, being a betterment for the society, not just for
sir.
themselves.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we need those people because
Mm.
we have tons of
Mm.
people that are the opposite.
That are the opposite.
Yeah, so
Exactly what I'm thinking about
yeah, they,
actually
they
right
just want to
now.
destroy,
Yeah,
consume.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it,
yeah,
and yeah, they're not playing their part.
yeah.
So
Mm.
yeah, yeah. But society definitely benefits from those people. Definitely.
Simangaliso Sithole, thank you for
So
coming to the show.
I appreciate it very
Thank you, man.
much. It was an interesting interaction. So
Definitely.
much.